What's up, guys? Kelly McKay here, aka HVAC Millionaire, right here on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, hit the like button, and leave me a comment below. Today we're going to talk about how can we increase the number of repair versus replace conversations that we have with our clients. Because one thing that I know is if we could just increase that number and have more of those type of conversations, then that is more opportunity. There's more opportunity, there's more chances for your customers to say yes to maybe some equipment options, to at least exploring what that might look like. So how do you determine when to have a repair versus replace conversation? Now, I know that most of us, as technicians who turned business owners, our normal train of thought is like major component failure, right? So like the compressor dies, huge major leak, maybe the compressor is shorted, or there's a major leak in the condenser or a major leak in the evaporator coil. We should, and then the system age, like you stack that on top of it. Of course, during the winter, that's going to be bad heat exchangers, holes, cracks in the heat exchanger. Maybe some, the house was struck by lightning, so you have like multiple components, electronic component failure. That could happen with the condenser as well. So those are all things that might spur a repair versus replace conversation. But what else? Like what else? When else would you have this conversation? So I'm going to share something with you that I share with my clients. So I'm going to share it here, right here for free, that if you just search, go on Google. I want you to go on Google and search HVAC repair versus replace chart. You're going to search that. And then click on images, and then a whole bunch of images are going to come up that are going to have these little charts. Now, which chart you use, I do not care. But I think if you just study 4 or 5 of them and you just pick one that you like, that you feel comfortable with, that's what you should do. Pick the chart that you like, and what that chart's going to do is it's going to look something like this. It'll have this line. It'll be like age down here and cost up here, right? So as the cost is, if the cost is lower, let's see, and did you just plot the 2 points, right? So let's say the cost is $330 and you come out here and it's 6 years old. So you go to a 6-year-old and you plot your point, and in this section would be repair, and anything past this line would be replace. Now that doesn't mean that you're going to actually replace the equipment. It just means that it would be a criteria for you to use to have a repair versus replace conversation. Because like I said, my goal as a coach is to help you have more repair versus replace conversations, because I know that the more you have, the more opportunity that you're going to have for somebody to say yes to seeing what that looks like, to have some equipment options put on display for them. So the more that we can have those conversations, the more chances of you getting more sales. And I know I've talked about this in the past, but equipment sales, my father-in-law always said equipment sales are like shooting a deer, right? Like your family, you can feed your family for a week, maybe a month if you shot a deer, if you're really good at processing all the meat, versus a service call is like shooting a rabbit. You get to eat for a day, right? Like that's one meal for your family. So I want you to think about it like this. We want to, we want to feed ourselves and our family and protect ourselves for the times where there's nothing to hunt, right? Because the phone's not ringing. We want to protect ourselves from those times by having enough meat in the fridge to sustain ourselves over a long period of time, or to hire more hunters, right? right? To build, to buy better guns and all the stuff that we would need if we were actually, if that was our job, was to hunt, and we had to, kill our food, I guess, to feed our family and to feed our team. So there are repair versus replace charts that you can just look up on Google. I just want you to pick one that you like, print it, and make sure that you get it in the hands of every technician on your team. And at least now you would have a criteria for having that conversation for repair versus replace. Because if there's one thing that I could tell you, customers can be unreasonable, they can be irrational. We don't know what the customer's going to do. We don't know if they're going to say yes to the options that you provide. We don't know if they're going to say yes to actually looking into what it would take to replace the equipment. We don't know any of those things. And that's why that is something that we can't control, right? So one of my clients always says, control the controllables, right? And so what can we control? Well, we can control the criteria for having a repair versus replace conversation. We can control the process, the standards in our company that says, hey, anytime we have a repair, like this thing gets up to 10 years old and we got a $1,200 repair, that we need to have a replacement conversation. Like we don't not have the conversation with the customer. That would be non-negotiable. We go ahead and have it because we want to make sure that we're doing the best thing for our customer. And the best thing always for the customer is two things. Number one, for you to be incredibly thorough on your service calls, to not just go straight to the run capacitor and replace that and get on down to the next call. No, for you to look at it as a system. That's why it's called a system. There's multiple components that work together. So if you take a step back and you look at the big picture, and anytime you do that and you ask questions and you care about the customer, there's going to be multiple things, multiple conversations to be had with the customer for things that you can do using your expertise and your experience to help the customer, to help their equipment, to help their living conditions, to help them live with a system that's more safe, more reliable, more comfortable, and more efficient, right? So that is our job as HVAC professionals, is to do that for our customers. And if we do it effectively, then you're going to find lots of things wrong on every call, or lots of things after you learn more about what are the customer's needs and desires, what are they challenged with inside their home. Their home, we have an opportunity to make it the safest place that they can be, right? The place where they get relief from their allergies, the place where they're comfortable as they want to be, depending on what they set the thermostat at. So we can do that for people. It's our job to go the extra mile and to make sure that we look at the system, find the things that we can improve, and offer those things to people. And that is the input that we control. Now, whether they say yes or no, we can't control that. But we can control just doing our jobs very thoroughly, being the professional inside the home. And hey, when you do that, what I can promise you is you're going to get to have far more repair versus replace conversations, and that's going to result in more closed jobs. And these are like shooting a deer, when you get a replacement versus just doing a service call and running down the road to the next one. So use this. I always share this with my clients, and I'm sharing it with you now for free. Use this. And I also have a free training that's I got a link in the description below that just click that, type in your email address, and then it will send you an email. And in that email, you will have access to a video that I did for another group of business owners, contractors, talking about math is the path, basically. Math is the path to getting where you want to go in your business. And I start with some very basic, simple equations that I'm going to teach you in that training that's going to help you, probably save you thousands and thousands of dollars. So be sure to grab that free training. Click the link in the description. Otherwise, I will see you guys on the next one. Until then, go make money. Boom.